than KCorp, the previous top dogs of EU. Can KCorp regain the title, or was one series all they could muster?
Vitality have stumbled for the first time this split and just maybe awoken the beast of the blue wall in the process. It was KCorp who handled business in the first series, and now they meet their rivals on a level playing field. For the final time here on Championship Sunday, we've got 7 games to decide who truly rules Europe.
And which team is better to get the first bracket reset anywhere this entire season than KCorp? But the team that we were talking about as saying, oh, they're going to get a Grand Slam, they're going to win everything, they're going to do it all, until along comes Team Vitality and Zen. Alpha has been just reinvigorated since Zen has come on the pitch. Redosen's looking better than ever. Team Vitality petrifying, but KCorp CJ give them their first series loss since Zen has joined the team.
I love this. I love the storyline playing out right here, right now, and let's see what Vitality's made of. They're certainly made of an offense early on here. Itachi will be able to handle it out of defense for KCorp, but as you said, it was just Vitality who didn't really have any answers after game number 1. Redosen know's got to open up here in series number 2.
Vitality maybe a little bit passive in the first series, not going to make that mistake this time. Redosen went up. Alpha offered a pre-jump, offered something for Redosen to go for. Redosen just says, nah, do you know what? I've got this double tap myself. 1-0 Vitality.
Sometimes I feel like him and Zen are swapping nameplates. He has just been electrifying here in this entire regional, really, for Vitality. Just on another level right now, and certainly showing it up where it counts here in the Series 2, the final series of the day. As we said, it was 1-1 now, the total, I guess, ledger here for these two lineups. It was Vitality 4-0 in the upper final. It was KCorp 4-1 in the first series of this grand final. And now it's all tied up, Cole. There's no advantage, there's no disadvantage either way. It's just who's the best team.
Who is the best team? We're going to find that out over the next, hopefully, 7 games. Champions Field is beckoning. I'm desperate to see us make our way over there. I know, CJ, you're pretty early on in the day there, but it'll keep you awake, I hope, seeing these two go to Game 7. As Matera puts that one to the side, Zen is already there. Tries to get it over the top of Itachi. And what I would say is that there's no loss of pace for either of these teams. If anything, Vitality looking faster, but KCorp just as dangerous, just as death-defying, but not able to get the ball on target until maybe Itachi can get it down to Vatira. He fakes it instead, and we have, as we want, series parity.
Vatira couldn't get the first touch, but they made sure of the second one. Redosen just left on an island by himself there as the demo's coming through. Vitality just falling apart in defense. And KCorp grabbing that equalizer.
KCorp still looking like they could just be the twist in the tail that EU potentially needed, but Vitality, they've got the passing plays too.
Instant response off the kickoff, and it's Redosen just feeding the ball across to Zen. He grabs the mid boost. There was even Itachi who just handed it to him. I thought it might have been Redosen for the pass. He'll get the assist for that play, but it was actually the man down the other end, Itachi, who just handed that ball to Zen.
Maybe an example of KCorp trying to be a bit too fast against Team Vitality. KCorp just making the most of putting them in that trap. They could have another. There's 2 players challenging Zen's finish. Exotic shows great composure. See that ball away. Anti up Vatira. Now KCorp can counter themselves. Alpha puts it to the side. And Zen can only feed it towards Itachi, who has Exotic beneath him. It could be an easy early equalizer for KCorp. If Exotic could get around this ball, it's not going to happen this time. Vitality show their defensive chops. Remember, this is a team that aren't just all-out attack Team Vitality. KCorp got on top of them in the last series, but they can defend for days.
Yeah, they were all-out counter-attack, certainly, for that last series. I'm not sure how much that started to work as the series wore on and KCorp grew more and more confident, but it's interesting to see what Farah's got in store. The flip resets are in store here for KCorp. Alpha 54 handles business so far. Itachi and the demo's coming through again. Zen just off the pitch. How do you deal with the future prodigy? Just get rid of him, Cole.
Well, he'll just respawn right back after again is the problem. If you kill one Zen, 3 more appear in his place. It's the French way. Because he does put that one to the side. Exotic, another Frenchman's already there. Against Alpha, another Frenchman. Just filled with French players, this lobby, is the point I'm trying to make. I don't know how they managed to create so many fantastic Rocket League players.
It's ridiculous. I wish Australia could step up in that respect as well, but Unfortunately, you've just got to deal with me. Itachi now controls the ball. Zen, shadow defense in the corner. Does well, but it just punches out. No, Vatira open net, gone, missed. And now the counter-attack from Zen down the other end almost leads to a goal. Vatira, that's every day of the week sort of stuff for him, and he couldn't find the angle.
It's different when you're up against Vitality. It's different when your number one seeded team from pretty much every regional you'd expect is no longer the number one seed. That extra pressure, they want to be EU's number one going into the major. They have to make that happen now, KarmInCorp. Chances and misses like that, they matter so much. Exotic will almost get another go for KarmInCorp. Tira's coming in. Itachi's ball slide rotating to just make sure he's getting as far away from that ball as he possibly can do, but Alpha steams in and clears it long.
Yeah, huge clear there, and oh man, it will just come to find out in a minute's time whether that shot is going to cost KCorp here in game number 1. There's still a lot of time left, 40 seconds here, and KCorp are in offense and grabbing the boost. Vatira flip reset off the corner, doesn't get the touch. Alpha 54 has to back all the way across for that corner boost as well. The boost control the game. Itachi's waiting in the corner, but he's sort of going the slow play. This could work out here. The little go ahead, the little flick over the top. He's got to find the top corner. KCorp do get the equaliser.
Itachi had to wait there for about 3 hours. The boost had spawned a long time ago. Finally, he was able to just fling it at Exotic. The ball pretty much hit his Fennec and just bounced agonizingly as far as Team Vitality are concerned into that top corner. I love this first game in a series, CJ. Everything we want. 2 heavyweights smashing it out.
There's so much confidence as well. Itachi is just sitting on the opponent's backboard, waiting down, and Vatira back to Exotic. This cherry pick central right here for KCorp, but I absolutely love it. They're throwing caution to the wind. They're playing with so much confidence here. 7 seconds left. Are we going to see a late goal in regulation, or will we get our first overtime? Game number 1. Exotic takes it to the sky. Radoshan's on the backboard, does deal with business. Do Vitality want to get the ball down? You betcha. We've got overtime.
Here we go. Who's going to take first blood in this bracket reset? KarmInCorp have already won themselves a series. Can they get a game 1? Not with Zen coming forward, but Exotic completely flips that on its head. With a massive challenge, it's missed by Alpha. Alpha actually gets it in the end via Radosin's challenge. And now finally Alpha can get rid of this ball. So it's the better start for KarmInCorp. Vitality a little shaky, but they get away with it for now.
Just waiting to see Zen get to work here. He just hasn't had too much time to create any plays, but Itachi's got time here with a flip reset in the corner. Zen does get the save out. He can't do it offensively right now, but he's certainly getting to work defensively. Vatira, again, KCorp pushing downfield, trying to find the opening, trying to find the bumps. Alpha 54 clearing out any KCorp offense, but it's Vitality still stuck in their corner. No boost to work with from Itachi, and Vatira has to back right off.
There's been a couple of double commits defensively for KarmInCorp that haven't caused too much harm, but Vitality, I'm sure, will be keeping an eye on those, realizing that they're stretching this KarmInCorp defense, making them panic at times. With clearances like that, the panic isn't too prominent. Exotic out wide to the side. Itachi's going to hope that he can get it after the bounce. Not quite with Alpha there. And Exotic just makes sure that Zen doesn't have any ideas about going up for that ball. What KarmInCorp are doing really well is being slightly aggressive, slightly heavy-handed with Vitality. Not letting them have the ball clean, because when they do have it clean, they do plays like this. Radosin all the way to the backboard. Alpha gets the flip reset, another couple of touches for good measure. And KarmInCorp bundle that ball away.
Vitality were all over their net, but the plays were too slow. They just couldn't find the angle above the bar, off the crossbar again. Still tied up, game still running here. Radosin dribbles it downfield. Vitality trying to set up another attack. Zen off the corner, doesn't quite get the touch. But Exotic's got no boost. Itachi wants to take it off him. He's got boost to work with. He's got a solo play. He's looking for the air dribble, the bumps, the central play, but Alpha does get the clear. It's not out of trouble. Vatira's got boost. He's got the bump. Exotic's got a 50-50, but Alpha 54 again just sitting in front of net and clearing it away.
Itachi has to be the disciplined one in KarmInCorp with Vatira and Exotic playing this aggressively. I say he was so far back as that third man. Now it's Vitality's turn. Exotic booms it as far as he can. Then gets one touch to himself and a second one towards Radosin. And Itachi's already up again. So aerial this game. Everything is just being sent straight into the air. Just like that touch from Zen. It slams down, but again, there's no one from Vitality. So stretched. Booster's such a premium. Itachi fakes his way past one, not the second. And Vatira can only get the 50-50 into the center. Now it's Alpha's turn.
Enormous defense from Alpha 54, and he's straight on the counter attack as well. No boost to work with. Zen's got boost. He's got a reset as well. Vatira's there in net. Again, this 1v1, they always find each other. Zen off the ceiling. Vitality, that's a poor touch from Exotic, but he's bumped into the follow-up. Radosin's in net, trying to force it forward. Alpha's pushing it. Where's Zen? Where's the killing blow coming through? Double touch, wide follow-up. It goes wide again. It's Vatira. Who else?
How have Vitality not sunk KC there? Instead, the overtime lingers on as far as Vitality are concerned. They thought they were done and dusted. Not to be. No Forbidden Temple just yet. Exotic has Vatira to his right. Fakes out Zen. Vatira, what do? You go for the demo to help Exotic out. But unfortunately, there was just too much space between the bull and Exotic's car. And it's not going to happen for KCorp.
Alpha's a little bit awkward here, but he does get the 50-50 to work with that. And he's got boost as well. I think this is almost surprised KCorp. Radosin 50, Itachi under the ball, pushes it forward, but it's straight in the hands of Zen, who has to play it around, but now he's awkward. He forces a quick double jump to get a touch to the side. Exotic trying to keep the pressure on, but Alpha just bullies him out of the way, and Vitality are trying to find an attack of their own here. Pushing forward, Exotic, he's ready for the ball. Radosin waiting for Itachi, who's got the cut here. Zen in trouble, faked underneath, just gets the touch he needs, and maybe a 1-2-3. Alpha 54, Itachi gets the save.
We are currently 4 minutes into overtime, and it's 17 shots to 16 shots. Both these teams on full aggression. No one giving an inch defensively, but Itachi has moved up just too far. Fortunately for him, the ball's all the way down the wing. Should be able to get back. He's the player, as I mentioned earlier, that KCorp rely on to be that defensive third, to be disciplined and just stay back when it's needed. Does it get away with one? The Vitality have boost, and they can march forwards yet again.
Oh, both teams are just starting to get a little bit loose with their structure here. It's end-to-end. It feels like a goal's imminent. It is an Exotic double touch. No, Zen is right there. He's there on the backboard, ready to clear the ball. Alpha 54 finds KCorp's backboard, but Vatira's in waiting here. Radosin in the midfield just has to get in. There's so many 50-50s. The pass across. Alpha, the bump came through in the first series. It doesn't come through there. Exotic steps up big time.
The bravery, though, of the KCorp man that was back to go for that ball quickly. Zen, he's in the air. He gets it towards Alpha. Alpha takes a touch. Wants players to his right. They're not really there, but Radosin calls him off the ball brilliantly. Now he is the player to the right, is Alpha. And he can get the flip reset. Zen's waiting. He wants to pounce, but Itachi sends it to the side. Radosin there. Forces it over the top. And Vatira can come forward. Knock out Zen. This ball's almost going in, but it's saved by Alpha.
Yeah, guess who? Alpha just always finds himself in front of net to help out his teammates, but Vatira almost got the touch. The demo coming through. Alpha 54 is removed from the pitch. It's got other ideas. It's an open double touch on net ball. Radosin. It's Vitality getting the first on the board.
And there's the emotion from Team Vitality. We question them. How can they handle it when things are against them? There's your answer right there. Zen with the double tap. Radosin following through. And then Zen and his teammates having that reaction, having that emotion, having that fist bump. Team Vitality take game one.
Almost a 6-minute overtime to open up the first, or should I say the second series here, the bracket reset. And it is Vitality doing what they did in the first series, getting game one. That didn't quite work out for them, but I tell you what, that feels like such an important overtime to win, just for the mindset, for the mentality. That was almost, well, it was 2 games of Rocket League in one there. And boy, oh boy, Cole, this is peak Rocket League right here, right now.
This is. Yeah, there's not too much more you can ask for than that. A 5 or so minute overtime with 20 odd shots each. That's pretty much the dream for anyone who likes watching this esport. And Team Vitality and KCorp are elevating it to levels that EU regionals haven't seen before. I just still am overwhelmed with joy, CJ, that KCorp are playing like this. I was worried they were going to be scared again and play scared. There's been nothing like that in these last couple of series.
It's been phenomenal so far. And just to see, I guess, that overtime as time went on, you could just see almost the mental tiredness coming in, the fatigue as the structure started to get a little bit loose from either side. There were chances, there was rotations that they're a little bit slower. Everything was getting a little bit more sloppy, and it's just who can really lock in for that moment and find their opportunity. And it was Zen to find that angle. Radosin did clean it up. But it was a great finish there, and Alpha with no boost has beaten 8 people to the ball. I'm not sure how he's done that here in game number 2. But what did KCorp do? Can they respond?
Oh, Zen, he almost gets that ceiling play.
No way.
Just as I was about to say that if there are any blue wall bricks that need some hopium, after losing that overtime, KCorp lost the first game in the first series and then won the preceding 4. Are we going to see that history repeat itself in the first bracket reset in the world in the RLCS this split? KCorp are surely hoping so, but Vitality have started off game 2 brilliantly, thrillingly, so quickly. Alpha digs out a pass from nowhere from the opposition backboard. Zen can keep it going until Vatira clears.
Yeah, Zen just working the ball in the corner, but Exotic does deal with it. Radosin with a huge 50-50 just to push the ball forward and keep KCorp in a little bit of trouble. They've got no boost to work with, but they are able to send it downfield here. Exotic tries to pass it to Vatira, but a double pre-jump, but almost a double kill him into midfield from Vitality. Just so ready for the pass plays from KCorp. They do handle business. Vatira, last man now, does kick the ball to the side. Alpha's there. He's got boost as well. He's got a flip reset. Central, Sand, no blocked out Itachi again. KCorp so many times over have stepped up when they needed to with huge plays in defense.
The difference between this series and the last one, though, is that KCorp are having to defend from game 1 onwards. Vitality not giving them the decency of playing defensively this time. Attacking KCorp every step of the way, sinking their teeth into their opponents. Hoping they can do even more damage. Then he's flipping his way towards this ball yet again. Vitality keeping the ball in blue territory. Radosin almost beats Exotic. That was close. Finally, they can get it away. Exotic has it in the Vitality corner. Zen just ducks out and then sends it home.
Beautiful fake there from Zen, but KCorp still pushing forward. They're not out of trouble right now. He's got 100 boost to work with here, Zen, and a beautiful first touch. Exotic somehow ready for it, and almost an open net. It is going to be a first goal on the board. Itachi just makes the most of nothing there.
Yeah, Zen, his touch was a little bit heavy. Exotic got him so quickly, and Alpha, despite his despairing dive, Radosin couldn't do anything with the shot. And KCorp, CJ, now they're the counter-attackers. 1 shot, 1 goal.
Yeah, they've certainly changed it up. The styles here, I guess the versatility of both sides here on display. 2 series now, or 3 series they've played so far today. And we're seeing a different side of each team every single game here. Radosin gets the kick on the backboard, but Exotic's there to handle business. Itachi with bumps downfield. It's got to be open. Is there a follow-up? No, Alpha just has to trust that the shot's going to go wide, which it does. Now they get to counter-attack. 1-0 here, KCorp. Half the game gone. Doesn't really feel like they've been dominant, but they do have the goal to answer for it. Vatira tries to get the fake to work with, but Zen does get the pass back. Exotic peppers the backboard. Vitality happy to let it go through. And for good reason, they get the clear.
Yeah, but now KCorp has started sprinting. They're attacking the defense so much more, but actually, finally, Vitality made their way through.
Zen with the pre-flip, just out of nowhere. He couldn't get the touch off the first. Oh my goodness. He's just found so much power, found the perfect position on his car. The pre-flip is ridiculous. He wasn't going to be able to reach it any other way off that pass, and he still was able to put it behind over the top of the KCorp defender. Zen coming alive here. That's scary for KCorp.
Pretty much a perfect finish there from Zen. KCorp, for all their good work, find themselves equal, and now look how much space there is for Team Vitality. They've got in behind the KCorp defense. Vatira sends them away for now, actually stays behind it too, and gets some dribbling time. Brilliant from Vatira. Exotic, though, tries to continue his good work until Zen dribbles it away into the center. Vitality with even more time and space to play with. That's just a snapshot there from Alpha from the ceiling. KCorp having to do some tough defending. Vitality not too shaken after KCorp took the lead. Well on top now in game 2.
Exotic does get a huge beat out. Zen is very awkward, but just finds the best touch possible. No, this is the best counter-attack in Rocket League history. Radosin follow-up shot. Vatira can't get the touch. KCorp save it. It was 2 skimmy dim sims in a row. I don't believe it, and Radosin still wants more.
That was the most gentle counter-attack you've ever seen, like ushering a duckling back into a pond, and suddenly the ball is in the KCorp goal almost. Another one from Zen. It's over the top of Vatira, is it not quite? All the fancy touches that you could ask for from Vitality. KCorp defending as much as they can. Vatira, he's up. Can they turn it into more attack? His touch is also gentle. Well done, Vatira. It's towards Exotic. But he can only find Zen. 40 seconds left and it's 1-1.
Just getting so much value. Every player on the pitch right now is locked in. They're getting value, and so is Zen right now. Alpha centers the ball. Exotic's ready for it, however. Now Zen's in trouble. He's last man. Vatira's under the ball, but the flip break comes through. Saved by Alpha. Somehow off his own post.
I don't know how many pixels remained outside the Vitality goal right there, but it was enough for that little round thing in the center not to explode. 10 seconds left, it might go bad now. Zen shoots, but it's saved by Exotic this time. Then the ball pinches towards the Vitality goal. Can Alpha reach it? Yes, he can. And get the second touch on his backboard. Entertainment and anxiety all the way up to the 0-second mark in game 2. But we are going to have the second overtime in a row, CJ.
I don't know what's happening right now on this pitch, but I absolutely love it here. We have overtime again. Are we going to get 6 minutes of it? Another game of Rocket League. Can we get 14 games in 7 here? And can KCorp get their first game on the ball? Drop down, you betcha! It's not going to be 7 minutes, it's 13 seconds. Itachi levels it up.
The 4th straight overtime in a row between KCorp and Team Vitality ends almost instantly. And it's the equalizer for KCorp, refusing to fall behind in this series. The OGEU #1, they find parity.
You just know, like this, chat. We all know that this is going 7, don't we? Do we want to do we skip to Chamfield, or do we just witness the incredible Rocket League gameplay on display right now? I've never seen anything like it, but I'm loving it right now. As you said, 4 straight overtimes. These two sides cannot be split. They're 1-1 in series so far this weekend as well. But we're going to have to get someone to decide it. I feel like we're going to get a Game 7 20-minute overtime at this rate. But it's awesome to see just the change-up and how both sides are trading blow for blow and just finding ways to new avenues to score, new opportunities. And I don't know what to say. I'm enjoying it. I hope everyone at home's enjoying this as well. This is a phenomenal grand final series.
Yeah, when you said, we can skip to Champions Field, I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. And then you said, but we might miss all the Rocket League. I thought, yeah, good point. There's still, 3 or 4 games in between now and then. And I'm greedy, CJ. I want to see them all. I want to see this. Every ounce of Rocket League I can squeeze out of KCorp and Team Vitality playing like this. That's what we're going to do. Let's keep it going, baby. Let's play game 3. Here's Zen. He's got an air dribble. Why not start things off like that?
Open net for Zen. Guess who? And he gets to work. Alpha passes the ball mid-air off to Zen. The double commit works out. And the kid says, mate, you are old. You are 19 years of age. You should be retiring. I'll take things from here. Zen goes bang. And Vitality 12 seconds in. It was a touchy 13 seconds into an overtime. And now it's Vitality 12 seconds into game number 3.
Zen there was like a Labrador catching a frisbee in the air. Like, you know when they jump and they turn their heads and they just catch it cleanly? Except the Labrador is a world-class Rocket League player who also made the ball explode. But, it was really impressive is what I'm saying. And Vitality, they do have their lead. Can KCorp come back again? They had to come back in the second game, I believe. But with all this Rocket League, my brain's starting to go a little bit fuzzy, so maybe I've made that up. Either way, it remains 1-0 Vitality.
I don't think 1 goal down is going to phase KCorp one little bit here as Touchy grabs 100 boost, leaves it for Exotic, which could open up a counter-attack because Vatira's downfield off this kneeling second touch, saved by Alpha somehow, and it beats Itachi as well.
Oh, there's Zen playing in front of the ball. He was almost fed in by Alpha, but Radosin comes in the end, and Zen, does he have this read? You bet he does, almost. Exotic, perfect clearance to Itachi, tries to use the ceiling, tries to get the floor pinch, neither quite happens. But KCorp still coming on strong. There's a miss from Alpha. Radosin and Alpha combine. Radosin and Zen, actually, it was in the end. Vatira gets it down to Itachi. It's just not quite falling for KCorp, but my goodness, are they trying, CJ?
Even when Vitality double commit, there's just someone there. It was Alpha that time with 0 boost who bailed out his teammates. Demo's coming through. Zen's on an island. It's Vatira this time. Gets the 50-50, but guess who? Alpha 54 pushes it to the side, grabs the 100 boost. Nice little spawn for him there. Radosin, awkward front post, but let's get the clear in the meantime. And the 50-50, at least pushing Vatira out of the way. KCorp trying to find the level up, trying to find the equalizer. It's Zen. Can he get to work here? The first touch just too high. Can't quite make it happen.
For a split second earlier on in the corner, the ball was almost still, and I practically got whiplash. Because this series, this gameplay is so speedy that when it does slow down, even for a split second, you can't quite believe your eyes. Look at it now. Look at the ball. It just carries on going. 100 million miles per hour. You can't even jump without being bumped.
Zen finds it on net, but Alpha 54 does the rest. He sweeps through. He knows the shot's coming on, and it's Exotic who just can't find any way to avoid that one. Vitality getting their second on the board in style.
They're going to keep on pushing, I bet. They want 3. They want to make a statement right now against KarmionCorp. Alpha's almost got the pinch. Vatira, though, could get the flip reset underneath Redosin. Now over Zen! Brilliance now from Vatira!
He just makes something out of nothing again here. Off the kickoff, he finds it off the sidewall, fakes the flip reset, fakes the shot as well. Zen had to respect it. But Vatira didn't respect any defender there from Vitality. They do get one back, and there's a lot of time in this game left.
Exotic's done well from that kickoff as well. The ball's just a little bit too above him. Didn't have the angle to go at it, but it does give KarmionCorp some decent territory against Vitality. Until Zen gets the triple dunk against KarmionCorp. Sends them scampering back. It's actually can start again, but so much work from Zen for something so simple there.
I love it. It's all the little things that you have to just watch the replays later. You have to analyze every single player on the pitch. Alpha 54 trying to fake every player on the pitch, but it means that Vatira has an open net. KCorp taking a leaf out of Vitality's book, and it's counter-attack season, baby.
It was Redosin who pushed up too far, and Vatira just prods it over the top of him and chases the ball all the way home. KarmionCorp cannot be shaken off by Team Vitality at the moment.
You just feel like we're going to get a game that's at least somewhat one-sided, but every single time, whoever it is finds a way to level it up. Vatira, huge touch off the sidewall, follow-up as well. It goes underneath Redosin. There's going to be a shot! KCorp have got the lead!
Completed the comeback now, it's Itachi. Somehow for himself, he finds the ball in acres of space. It was Vatira threading the needle between Redosin and Zen. Itachi ain't missing those. What a turnaround this is from KarmionCorp.
And Vatira bumping Zen on the line as well. He just stomped on him, so he couldn't get any time in the air. He couldn't get up to the ball, couldn't get anything on the shot. Vatira again going for the skim. It feels like everything right now is coming off from every player on the pitch, both sides. As Zen now gets another redirect. Guess what? It is on target, but Vatira's ready for the ball. Alpha 54 gets the block out. Redosin's there. Zen has to push upfield. He's a little bit out of position. Forces the challenge, but Vatira's quite ready. And all of a sudden, it was 2-0 Vitality. We're now 3-2 KCorp. It feels like you just blink and you miss it.
Pythagoras himself would be stunned by the angles that these players are generating from these redirects. It's crazy. You think the ball isn't going to be, on for a shot on target, and somehow they get just the deftest little hit. This could be another one. Zen with the redirect into the far corner. Exotic was waiting for it that time, and Vatira can keep on Exotic's good work. Here he is again. Itachi tries to flip it over Redosin. Redosin saves to the side.
Everything looks so scary from certain point of views, but every teammate, every player has each other's back right here. Alpha's got a flip reset, fakes underneath. Itachi, no boost, gets a huge 50-50. Zen hitting the ball around 1, but not around 2. Exotic gets the ball on the ground, no boost to work with. Vatira has to clean up, has to create an offense by himself here, but now Exotic is on an island by himself. Alpha fakes it out for Zen, but he's not quite ready and gets faked by Itachi.
This one's into the center. Redosin just waiting to see what Vatira's going to do. Redosin was hoping it would find its way to Alpha, and it did. Who's going to be the first to win this race? How rarely do you see that in this game? A ball going all the way up and then all the way down and actually having the audacity to bounce. Itachi makes it punished almost by making it explode, but it doesn't go in. And Vitality, 15 seconds left.
10 seconds, what can they do here? Zen gets a huge beat out. It's an open net. They've left it wide open, KCorp. Can they punish? Yes, they can. A late equalizer, some late heroics from Vitality.
Are we going to get a third overtime in a row? We're 6 seconds away. Redosin. Vatira maybe would have had it. Itachi, maybe would have had it. It doesn't matter. There's bumps all over the place. We might be about to see 2 kickoffs in a row. Could either one cause a goal?
3 OTs in a row this series and 5 overall, looking at the last one as well. Or are we going to get an overtime here? There's still time for either side to find an avenue, find a way.
Here we go.
Break the deadlock. Is it going to be Exotic? No, he says we'll have another one. We'll break the RLCS record. Let's keep these consecutive overtimes going.
This is, by my count, the 5th straight overtime between these two teams. Redosin can't kill it quickly this time. The last one ended in, 17 seconds? It was Itachi. This one's already about to beat that, unless Zen can beat it. Oh, it's missed by Vatira. Redosin's coming in. Here's Alpha. Itachi almost gets the save. We drew, CJ. 17 seconds.
Oh, Hitachi had to put the reverse brake on there, but Alpha 54 wedges it in. Vitality 2-0 up, 3-2 down, late equaliser, and win the overtime. I just don't know what's going on anymore. When you think something's expected, it's completely not. And Vitality, as we said, 5 overtimes, but they do break the deadlock. 2-1 up. They take the lead back in the series, and we do get the timeout from KCorp.
I am relieved. Thank you, Eversax. Thank you, KCorp, for taking a timeout. I need 10 seconds myself. Everyone together. CJ, will you take a deep breath with me?
Okay.
Because this is some seriously quick Rocket League we're seeing.
It is, as I said, it's nothing short of ridiculous. Seeing 6 players, world-class players, all locked in, it's phenomenal. The touches coming through are second to none. Everything feels like it's on target. There's always a chance out of nowhere. And as we saw with KCorp, they were 2-0 down. All of a sudden, they're winning the game in the matter of 45 seconds there. But Vitality answered straight back. 8 shots to 11 there. So KCorp getting more shots on the board, but it didn't mean much. 4 goals for Vitality.
Whatever happens here as well, CJ, you have to praise KCorp with the way they have dug out these results against Team Vitality. It seemed that with Zen, they'd pulled away. KCorp were being not forgotten, but not discussed about in the same conversation. And they've stepped up so much. They've changed so much. They've completely refreshed their mentality. And what we're seeing now is the result of that hard work.
There's a reason why I retired, ladies and gentlemen. It's this series right here. There is no way that people can humanly keep up with this. They're robots. They're absolute robots. I'm not sure what's going on. Check PCs. The French is something special. The EU is something special right now. This region is phenomenal, and we are seeing the absolute pinnacle, the creme de la crop, if you would, of Rocket League right here, right now, Cole. How'd you like that one?
That's absolutely beautiful, CJ. You really got the accent dead on as well. And these French robots, they're not coded in C++ or Java. They're coded in pure French adrenaline. Just the energy they have to keep on going. I don't know how Ferrer's still standing. That's what's impressive to me. I'd be slumped in my chair by now if I was in that room. God can only imagine the heat that's in there with all this pressure going on. And somehow they're still smiling. I'm still smiling too. We have got at least a couple more games of this. Team Vitality 2-1 up in the series. And we're 1 overtime away from equaling an RLCS record. So that'll be fun too.
It's been overtimes galore, this series and the last one. And I want more. Give me some more here, ladies and gentlemen. KCorp Vitality putting on an absolute show. So's Radostin. Fires one across early on. We're just going to whack off the bat straight off the overtime. Oh, I'm having so much fun right here. So's out for 54. Drop down past Radostin. Just fires it in an open net and puts a hole through the crossbar.
Keep the shot low, lads. I know the crossbar's probably stolen lots of goals of yours. You don't have to take it out against it. Alpha tries to do just that. And it's read by Itachi. And then Exotic with a clean couple of touches can send it back to Vitality territory. Now Vatira can G out Radostin. Exotic scores somehow.
Oh no! This might be the worst pass back in RLCS history, ladies and gentlemen. What placement there from Radostin, slotting it home in the bottom right corner, helping KCorp out. Alpha 54 has to put your controller down and think, what on earth is going on? I've got paid actors on my team as KCorp get the first on the board.
It's the equivalent of an air kick in football where a player passes the ball back to the goalkeeper and as they swing it hits the bobble, goes over him. Anyway, it doesn't matter because that one's more than a bobble, that's 1-1.
Champions always find a way to respond, and Radostin's done just that there, finding the equaliser. If I'm Vitality right now, I'm saying forget about the first minute. It's 0-0, reset, run it back. And I'm sure that they'll move on from that own goal. They found a way already, so I love this series. We're getting it all here. We're even getting the OCE own goals. It's brilliant.
I mean, yeah, if I'm Vitality, I'm saying forget it, but I'm a caster. Let's talk about it for 4 more minutes. Hey, remember when Radostin scored an own goal in a match like this?
Incredible, incredible.
Exotic has got Itachi to his left, Vatira to his right, tries to tee up Itachi, but Zen was already in the air, and Exotic can have another bite of the cherry. Here is Itachi. Here he comes, Vatira's teed up. Will Exotic be coming in? He will, but Radostin was going to get there first, so Exotic can just take a breather, send KCorp back, Make sure everyone can recover for a second. This is going to be awkward, though. Who goes for the ball? Exotic was so confident in a nasty situation, and it worked out well.
Great read from Radosin as well in the midfield. Demo coming out. Vitira's off the pitch for now. Zen off the sidewall. He's got players in the midfield, but Alpha 54 sitting off. Zen's doing it all himself. Wedges it in. Follow up Radosin again. Can this man find an angle here? He's found it in the orange net. But the blue one just seems a different beast for him right now. Alpha 54, is this open? The demo's coming through. Vitira has to force a challenge. Shot on net from Zen. And Vitality need the goal to be about 2 meters bigger.
We're now, 7 games into this series, if you include the first one, and it's the first scrappy game of Rocket League, the first sign that these players are starting to tire, that the mental fortitude they have is just beginning to be breached. There's always a dodgy game or two. This is it, but winning it almost feels even more important than winning it cleanly.
It's utter chaos, but it's just as entertaining right now. Off the corner, Exotic does get bumped. Itachi just drives under the ball. Vitira trying to race his teammate to the boost. He does miss it, grabs the corner. Alpha over to Zen, who goes for a quick fire double touch. It is offline, and Radosin's there for the 50-50. Vitality trying to keep the offense. Oh, Alpha 54's doing just that. The pass central, the follow-up shot pre-jumped by Itachi.
We have 6 players who will be desperate to grind out this game. That's all that can be done in a situation like this. Vitira catches Exotic's touch. He's coming forward again. Radosin and Zen, they combine. Attaches to the backboard. Radosin, though, sends it out wide. And Vitira turns down, keeping it alive.
Every player just 2 steps ahead of each other right now. The bump's coming through. Exotic couldn't quite get the touch, but Vitira helps him out. Outbeats him to the ball. Radosin's awkward. Zen, again, everyone just bailing out their teammates right now on the pitch. Radosin with the follow-up. 0 boost. Hands it off to Vitira. Maybe not what he wanted there. Itachi's out of position. He's awkward off his own backboard, but does get the follow-up double. Even when they stuff up, they find a way to get themselves out of it.
Here's Vitira. Can he flick this one to the left? No, instead he air dribbles. Just Radosin in front. Tries to squeeze it past him, but Zen watched it all the way. And Alpha's touched it into the center. Zen up against Vitira. Those two not leaving each other alone all game. No player on this pitch able to get more than a second of time on the ball. Maybe Zen can force his way to the ball. Yeah, Vitira, he'll catch it. He'll go to the ceiling. Alpha sends it out wide to Exotic. Exotic's just waiting for this boost. Booming it over the top of Radosin. You can almost see how exhausted these players are, but the passing's still brilliant. Exotic squeezes it in. KCorp have the lead.
A huge misplay from Vitality. There it is. Radosin missing the ball and Zen getting 50'd. Leaves Alpha all by himself, and Exotic wedges it in off the post. A smart 1-2 play with Vitira. And KCorp do get the lead here. 50 seconds left. But if the other games are something to go by, I dare say we're going to see an equaliser, or maybe one more for KCorp.
Yeah, we've seen some late Vitality equalisers this series. Will it be time for another? That's a great touch from Radosin. Itachi, yeah, made it look open for Vitality, but it wasn't in the end. He just about shut that door at the last second. Vitality going to keep on coming, though. 30 seconds. They need boost first to get this charge going.
Yeah, they've done it before. They can do it again here. Itachi a little bit awkward. KCorp, you feel like they need to be sitting a little bit more defensively. Radosin pops it up. Straight to Exotic here. 18 seconds on the clock. Vitality, you said it best, Cole. We've seen some heroics. We need to see it again. Vitira, huge whiff. Exotic is there to help him out, however. The 50-50's coming through. 7 seconds left. Alpha 54. Let's see what you made of. Is it going to be Zen? Vitira, again the hero, blocks it out. But not for long here. Alpha 54, one last attack. Itachi with the 50-50. They need to get the ball on the ground. Radosin, Exotic is the one to put it down. And KCorp, off the timeout, take us to 2-2.
It was anything but easy yet again from KCorp. And as I mentioned earlier, CJ, you win a series like that where it's ugly, where it's messy, where neither team is playing well, and it must feel different, right? That must be just a release of energy in a game like that.
It is absolutely enormous, and I don't know what these teams are feeling right now, Cole. I don't know what they're feeling, because when you're playing not only a bracket reset, I've played a series of 21 in the best of sets before, but it's not the quality of this, Cole. This is just another level. You have to be locked in every second, every millisecond of these games. They're doing double touches off their own wall, and it's causing these pressure situations, these mistakes in that game. Perhaps for the first time in any of these series where Radosin did, unfortunately, own goal. There are a few whiffs, there are a couple of mishaps, but this is what's going to happen. These players have to fatigue at some point.
Yeah, and it's happening. I mean, bear in mind, all the Rocket League matches going on around the world right now, competitive, ranked, unranked, whatever, this is the epitome. Nothing is as good as this in this moment, and we have the honor of watching it and bringing it to you all at home. And it's just delivering on every single front. 2-2 now in this series. Whoever wins this one wins the regional, wins it all, takes it all. The pressure couldn't be higher. And that's an early chance of Vitality that goes begging.
Yeah, this series absolutely delivering, but which side will be delivering their org, the Spring Cup title here? Exotic. Well, he wants to be that person. Alpha 54 with a huge pre-jump, doesn't get the touch. Zen's there, met by Itachi. Open opportunity, but Radosin does get back in time. Vatira, it just feels like any time there's a ball in front of net, they're circling like a shark. The big 50-50, but Itachi's back there.
It's charged down by Alpha. Vatira, he goes long, he goes high, he goes to the ceiling as well. Can he get the reset on the ball or the ceiling? I don't think he got it on either, but it's worked out as a fake. Exotic puts it home. Improv from Casey.
He faked out absolutely everyone, including me. I wasn't sure when the flip was coming. It didn't come at all. As Exotic gets the follow-up shot, easy as you like, open net. Vitality have been absolutely bamboozled by Vatira.
Vatira's completely locked in as well. If you look at his face cam, he's in a dark room. It was light earlier, but as the sun's going down,
Open.
so too were Vitality's hopes, but Alpha gets them back in charge.
Just can't afford kickoff goals here in the grand final of all places. Vatira with the 50-50 that he'll come to regret as Alpha just slots it away. That is just, that's a piece of cake for a player of his caliber there. Open net. And Vitality out of nowhere just get a freebie, get a free goal.
I think Vatira tried to bump Alpha out the way as well, but Alpha jumped too quickly. Was too aware to fall for that, so he got himself that goal. Now Alpha's bumping Itachi out this time. Vitality upping the pace yet again. Both these players, both these teams, should I say, trying to wrestle that initiative after the dodgy game they had before. As Exotic comes in, up against Radosin, clears it long. Itachi gets the catch, does he? No, he just lets the ball go past him, takes the boost. And now, Casey have the advantage boost-wise, but Vatira can't quite get underneath the ball.
Yeah, he had to go for the chain dashes there. 10 boost to work with. Zen with a big beat out, the 50-50 as well. Has he got the shot on net? He does, but Exotic gets the 50 dunk. Zen out of nowhere again. Radosin now, can he channel some magic? He's been enormous all weekend long. Huge 50. Zen's under the ball. He's awkward. Has to find his teammate. Or the fake out in the open net. Radosin puts it away. KCorp just went missing.
It was then he was up. Radosin round the corner. I don't think they expected that half rotation from Radosin, especially this late in the series, this late in the day. Vitality playing aggressively still to this moment and returning their lead.
2-1 now, Vitality. 3 minutes on the clock. This is an all-important game, number 5. You'll be going up to match point, series point, regional point here. If you can take this one out, Exotic almost gets a touch. Radosin blocks it out. Feels like every avenue's blocked by both sides here. As Vatira gets a 50-50, tries to get another one. Itachi with a huge pinch. When I say huge, I mean not very big at all. As Alpha 54 has to rotate out there. Radosin's in the corner. Vitality trying to get another goal, their third of the game, and perhaps a little bit of a spacer in between this lineup here. Zen off the corner. He loves it over here. Shot on net. Itachi blocks it out, but they're still in a little bit of strife here, KCorp. Vitality pushing forward, going for these pinches. Finally, they find some room to breathe.
I'd say Zen's looking a little bit greedier, and I don't mean that as a bad thing. It's the good thing for Vitality when he's desperate for the ball. Look at him already up, calling off Radosin, getting the flip reset, and teeing Radosin up into the skies. KCorp dealing with Zen so far, although they are behind in this game. Have to change that quick. Itachi, the double tap. It's looking good. It's looking brilliant, but the finish wasn't quite there. Alpha can dribble away. How much more damage can this be to KCorp? Not that much as Exotic catches.
Yeah, Itachi just got a little bit impatient there. That shot it's pretty simple, I'd say. I don't mean that with a lack of respect for him, but he just rushed himself a little bit. That's what Vitality's defense can do. You just know you don't have too much time to work with. Couldn't quite get the angle, couldn't get the equalizer, but there's still a minute 30 left. There's still a lot of time remaining, and well, if I know Vatira Cole, he'll be wanting to get that equalizer and put him to the sword.
Yeah, he'll want to be the man. He's storing his 100 boost. Really good reserves at the moment for KCorp. If they can just get hold of this ball, but Vitality aren't letting them have it. It's Radosin, he's coming in again. Vatira, he's waiting so awkwardly underneath this one. And Exotic was a little bit too close to the ball as well, so couldn't do too much with the save. Alpha's turn to the sky. Exotic, though, calls him out.
Oh, no way.
Then starts backwards. He gets the flip reset, but Vatira was up there with him.
Just feels like KCorp running so low on boost, but they found a way out. They found an opportunity. Radosin gets a huge touch. Double demo. We've got a 2v2 briefly. Crew battles is imminent. As now they both spawn out. Crisis averted there. Don't worry, we're still in the 3v3. Vatira pushing forward. Zen's a little bit awkward in the corner. Vatira trying to get the double blocked out. Exotic. Itachi demoed here, last man. This is big trouble. But he does find a huge 50-50. Zen has to bail out his team. Both sides stepping up when it counts.
That's Itachi's job, dealing with moments like that, but it's been left completely open now. Vitality get a 2-goal lead. It might actually be the first 2-goal lead of this series.
KCorp perhaps pushing a little too hard there. There was still 30 seconds on the clock, but Itachi found himself underneath Exotic. Vatira hadn't rotated back in time. And the overcommit there from KCorp means that Vitality, with a 2-goal lead, surely have locked away this game number 5.
Oh, you say that, but Exotic almost got himself on the score sheet. Itachi couldn't quite get it around the corner the way he wanted. Vatira's going on. KarmingCorp still going. They want to do a little bit more damage at least before we go over to Neo Tokyo. It's Itachi, but they're running out of time. And it does seem like Vitality are going to be able to just relax for 5 seconds or so. The first time they've been able to do it at any point in this series. Unless there's a goal here, it'll be a slightly sweaty kickoff. It's not going to be. And Team Vitality, via that Radosin double tap, do go within 1 game.
They've broken the overtime streak as well, so we can be a little bit sad about that one in chat, ladies and gentlemen. But Vitality, that was a clinical game. And have a look at this guy. MVP of the regional for Vitality with 2 goals. MVP, as we said, for this game. 6 shots on the board as well. He's been enormous. He's even scoring goals for KCorp. That's how much he's feeling at this guy.
I'm starting to forgive him for moving away from the Team Vitality decal just a bit. If he can win this regional as well, I'll say fair play, Radosin. You knew what you were doing, and he knew what he was doing there as well. As soon as he caught that ball, it was like the KarmingCorp Red Sea had parted, just punched it through their defense and gave Vitality the lead that ended up being the winner. But you can see there the wipe of sweat. This is just pure pressure for these players.
I mean, I'm exhausted, so I can't help but feel sorry for the players right now. But, I mean, they won't be worried about that at all. They're running on pure adrenaline, both sides. It's all about rivalry at this point. It's ego, it's pride on the line. And as we said, Vitality getting the huge go-ahead game, 3-2 up. They got reversed. They got beat in the first series, should I say. Bracket reset, but they don't want KCorp to complete the job here. They've got 1 game to get the job done, or we might have Champ Field.
I am praying to the heavens that we are going to get Champions Field at the end of this series. We said it all the way back in Game 1. We said it all the way back in goal number 1, CJ. This had Champions Field stamped all over it. The Champions Field announcer was saying, hey, this one's coming over to me soon. But KarmingCorp have to make that happen, and they have to make it happen in the next 5 minutes.
There's nothing stronger than plot armor. It's stronger than diamonds here, and well, Vitality, it'd take a super player, maybe the likes of Zen, to break this. But it just feels destined for a Game 7. But I'm sure Vitality, should I say, have other ideas right now. Not another own goal. Please, Radosin, still doing that. It is getting ridiculous at this point. Vatira, the attack. No, he's got to get down the other end. Almost an open net. Maybe a 200 IQ play in the end by Radosin, but both sides get away scot-free.
Radosin, the scariest man in the RLCS right now. Give him the ball at your peril if he's on your team. Gets away with this one. Team Vitality have started to deal with it. They've wheeled out the whiteboard and it said, beware Radosin. It remains 0-0.
This is phenomenal. I'm not sure what we're witnessing here, but what I do know is that Radosin's on the ball and he's moving in the right direction. Zen, he's got a flip reset. He's got no boost. Fakes it out. Alpha, pass across. Radosin pops it up. Exotic underneath it. 50-50 out again. KCorp trying to find a way out of net. Itachi, no boost to work with. Zen just being an absolute pest. But they do find an avenue out.
Radosin couldn't quite get there in time, and Exotic chain dashes his way around the corner. Itachi, he's going to win this one cleanly. What can he do with it? Just not too much, because he doesn't have enough boost. That's devastating for KarmingCorp. I saw his car, I saw his position, I saw the ball before, I saw his boost count. That could have been big, but he does at least manage to keep the play alive. Radosin's underneath this one and sends it back. KarmionCorp to me, CJ. Look, the more dangerous team.
Oh, absolutely right now, but I'm not sure if Radosin is on the right team. What is he doing? He's feeling the nerves, feeling the pressure. As KCorp are applying it everywhere on the pitch right now. Zen gets a huge clear. Alpha 54 tried to pre-jump the pass, but it was too big for him as well. As Zen, huge double touch. Exotic's ready for it. You just have to be ready for everything right now. When Zen's in trouble, a huge miss from KCorp as Zen opens it up.
Zen has scored some pretty good goals in his RLCS career already. That's not really one of them. The ball bouncing in just adds insult to injury for KarmionCorp, who have to come back yet again from a goal behind.
Not only did Vitira miss the first touch, but he just couldn't quite get it out of that top corner either. Now they're 1-0 down. They've done it before, though. They can do it again here as Radosin. We're still trying to work out which team he's on. We'll let you know at the end of this series as Zen goes off the sideball. He's going to get the skin, but blocked out by Vitira. He's starting to step up, going for the ball chase. Might Zen open net. Has to finish that. It's got to be a goal down the other end as Les Vitira makes a huge save. It just had to be 1-1.
Couldn't quite get it. He'll keep on coming, though. Itachi flips resets over Zen. Can't quite tee up Exotic. Vitira's going to come this time. Catches it, but closed down by Alpha. A flash, and Alpha is there. Vitira has the ball, he has boost. If he can send this one to the right, it's a little bit wide, but so Zen's touch. Vitira almost over the top of Alpha. Mistakes coming in everywhere. It remains 1-0.
Both sides feeling the pressure right now. It should be 1-1, as we said. Itachi should have found the angle, but we've still got 2 minutes left. Shot on net. Is there going to be another follow-up? Itachi with a huge beat out. And now Vitira has boost, has time. Zen's pre-jump does get the touch. And Alpha 54 as well sets it up, but it's straight to Exotic. Itachi's waiting downfield. The huge dunk's just going to go straight in. Alpha 54 says no thank you, and he shuts the door.
The Vitality squeeze is making KarmionCorp and their fans feel almost claustrophobic. Radosin with his head in his hands. He knows he's had some awkward plays these last couple of games, but credit to him and his team. They have rallied around. They have stepped back up. Team Vitality, 90 seconds away from keeping up their unbeaten regional streak since Zen's come in. But look at that clearance. They're going to have to do more work before they can claim their second title.
KCorp got the first series, and there's a minute 20 left. 2 goals down to keep their hopes and dreams alive here in the Sprint Cup. Exotic gets to work. Alpha 54 blocks him out. There's Itachi in the corner. He's buying time. He gets a huge 50-50. Alpha has to make a big touch. Down to Zen. 50-50. And Exotic's in trouble. This could be it. You betcha. Zen gets credited and Vitality get their third.
More heads in hands from Team Vitality. They know they've been under a massive battle. There was a mistake from Exotic, but the damage was already done by the Team Vitality press. They are now so close. Maybe there's one more roll of the dice from KarmionCorp.
Feels like the writing's on the wall now for Vitality. Is Alpha 54 going to put the nail in the coffin? No, he can't. Zen's there with boost. A lot of boost to work with the touch. He gets the 50-50. We're coming down now to 45 seconds left. It feels like KCorp is just... They've fallen in a heap. Itachi's awkward and the fourth goes through. Vitality, they're just going to get their second regional of the split.
It was never in doubt. Surely they were always going to win. It's Team Vitality, for goodness sake. They've brought Zen in. No team can put them under any pressure. Until KarmionCorp, they get the first series. They get the couple of games against them. But I think they just run out of energy, CJ. They had to do it through the lower bracket. It's been a monumental battle for the blue wall just to reach here. And I'll tell you what as well, the blueprint they have set will be studied when other teams come up against Team Vitality.
It just goes to show it's one thing to beat Vitality once, but to do it twice over is just something that maybe not even the best can do right now. As with 18 seconds left, it's just party time right now for Vitality. Itachi's going to keep the ball out of net, but I mean, what a performance. What a response here in the bracket reset. 7 seconds on the clock. This is just all Vitality's game. It's all their series, and it is all their tournament. Boy's got to stay alive. They're just going to ruin the moment.
Keep it going, mate. Keep it going.
Finally, is it got to hit the ground? There it is. Surely, Team Vitality, they go back to back. Vitira says GG's deserved. and the new Kings have well and truly cemented their spot right at the top.
Radosin gets a well-needed hug there from Coach Ferrer. Brilliant management from Ferrer overall. Their tweaks, their changes to their playstyle worked flawlessly against KCorp. And now they can sit back, relax, and enjoy the spoils of their hard work. CJ, we're running out of questions about Vitality. Can they play in the RLCS? Yes, we learned that last regional. Can they play after losing a series? Now we know that's yes. It leaves one more question. Can they play on LAN?
I've got one more as well.
Go on.
I've got one more. Is Radosin an imposter in this side? We'll have to find out in the Spring Invitational. Which team is he on? He's been the MVP of the regional for Vitality. He was almost the MVP for KCorp in that grand final, but what a series. The mental fatigue was kicking in for both sides, but Vitality, there they are on camera with the boot camp, coached by Ferrer. The white ball was coming out, the notes were coming out, and they've stepped up when it counts.
KCorp, though, what a scrap from them to put themselves back in the conversation of this series and of this grand final. They seem down and out after the upper bracket performance.
They really did, but they found a way back in. I mean, it just goes to show what momentum can do, and just getting that first win on the board. Game 2 of that first series, they got the first one, and then they rolled straight into it from there. They found a way to beat Vitality, but they couldn't do it twice in a row, Cole.
Well, there we have it. After 100 overtimes, a few own goals, and some brilliant defending, Team Vitality are your European regional champions for the second time in a row. Let's discuss it at the desk.
Well, you can't deny that it was